Welcome to VendTech FM, a series of podcasts where we focus on various aspects of the coffee and vending world. Sounds fun, right? Alongside the suppliers, customers and everyone else in between, we'll give you a unique look at what we're about and what's truly important in an ever-changing and surprisingly interesting industry. The Hospital Catering Association, or HCAs, encompass the single largest group of healthcare catering providers within the NHS and is a recognised voice of the hospital catering. It represents catering managers who provide a wide range of food and other services for patients, visitors and staff in NHS hospitals and healthcare facilities. The HCA is a national organisation with 15 branches throughout England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, and more than 250 hospitals represented in its membership. The HCA Forum takes place over 2 action-packed days and is the HCA's premier event of the year. With over 400 delegates and around 85 exhibitors, this year's National Leadership and Development Forum promises to be one of the best. Here to talk about this year's forum, titled Embrace the Future, from Lancashire Hospitals NHS Trust, Mr. Tim Radcliffe. Welcome to RSL.
Hi, thank you very much, Jamie.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So who's Tim Radcliffe?
So I'm Facilities Manager, Catering Manager for East Lancashire Hospitals, based in the Northwest.
Yep.
We comprise 5 hospitals in some of the most deprived areas of the country. So that's Blackburn, Burnley, Accrington, Clitheroe and Nelson Hospital, which is Pendle Hospital, which is in Nelson.
Yeah.
I've been in the NHS for about 7 years, that's all. Prior to that, I was all in the private sector, working in hotels, restaurants, had my own restaurant, lived in France for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So it was a new thing for me to come into the NHS with quite a commercial background and probably looking at it different eyes as to how we should look at maybe running catering in the NHS in the 21st century.
Yeah. So I guess that helped then.
I think it has in a way. I'm different. I look at things different. I've got new eyes. I'm not held back by the past of how we used to do things, and we've always done things in this way, because I'd look at it in a totally different way. You know, things like we have venison and wild boar on our menus for patients. So we look at things in a slightly different way, and we try to really push our staff skills rather than just relying on equipment.
Brilliant, I like that. Tell me about the HCAs, or Hospital Catering Association, and where they kind of come in for you.
Yeah, so I think, you touched on it there, that we are the single largest group for hospital caterers, and it's a sort of balance between both being a voice for everybody within the Hospital Caterers Association, so the catering managers and chefs, all the different groups that are in there. Yeah. But also it's that embodiment of working together collaboratively with nurses and with dietitians. And we have members of the HCA who, aren't necessarily, as you would say, traditional caterers. Yeah. But it's that importance that we work together. And it is about that collaborative working, and that's what the HCA does. It is a voice, but it's looking at innovation. It's also looking at how we can make changes going forward, and also pushing government and ensuring that government listen to what the experts in the field say, because that's what we all are. We're all experts. We've all been employed because of our skills, and we need to remember that, and that we are the skills providers within this region.
Yeah, brilliant. And what is the HCA Forum?
So it's some people say it's a big fun 2 days, and it is a big fun 2 days. It really is, but it is more than that. It's an opportunity to network, to meet people that you hear about, or you might get an email from, or you might have a telephone call. And with the HCA, because we have our own branches, it's rare that we will meet up with other branches. Yeah. So we get to see the branches from East Anglia and the south of England. We're not stuck in the northwest, but we're from the northwest. So it's important that we have this opportunity just to be able to develop our own knowledge base, share ideas. And one of the great things that I found about the HCA is that sometimes you can be stuck in your silo and you're thinking that, oh, cracky, another day I've got to do this and all these problems. And then you speak to somebody else 300 miles away and they're having the same problems like you are. And it's that how have they dealt with it? What have they done? And just picking up little tips. I speak regularly to catering managers up and down the country, and speaking to them, and you just get one little thing from them. And you think, yeah, wow, yeah, I can do that. And only last week I was speaking to Duncan O'Neill from Stockport, and he mentioned a couple of things to me. And this week we're going to be starting putting the things that he had done in his hospital, and we're going to be putting them in here because it was a simple idea for us. So it is that development, but it's that camaraderie and ensuring that we share ideas and learning about different things. And the forum's great for meeting suppliers as well. And this year is going to be, having missed 2 years, we're going to have incredible innovation. There's going to be some products there from suppliers which are really, really different, and the market has changed a lot in the last 2 years, particularly around plant-based.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And we, from experience from us, from a vending perspective, there's so much to show you. The technology that we had and used, but technology that's now fully working, tried and tested, is quite exciting, really, for us and for the delegates that come and get to see all this new stuff that might not necessarily be new now, but it's new to them because it's something there's not a chance to have a look at yet.
That is definitely true. And I challenge anybody to come away from the forum and not get something out of it. Yeah. Even if it is just a contact from a supplier who you've never seen or heard about and weren't aware that you could use them on through the NHS. Doing that is just fantastic, and it enables you. The forum itself, the way it is set up, is all about having that development and the ability to network and meet people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that kind of sharing ideas and things like that, that's something actually you're keen on speaking on, aren't you? You've got a part where you're going to share your experience.
That's right,
at the trust kind of thing.
Yeah, so I've been asked to be one of the speakers, so I'm speaking on the second day. And it really, my speaker is just about saying what we've done here as a team and a collaborative at East Lancashire. I'm the figurehead, the spokesperson, the ugly face that gets on everywhere, but it's not about me. Without having that team who want to do it as well, it's nothing changes. I come with the ideas, that is definitely true. However, it's having that team who are wanting to change as well. And so my talk at the HCA is about the journey we've done in the last 5-6 years, which culminated last year in winning 3 awards, and the big one being winning the Chef of the Year award for our 2 chefs at the first inaugural NHS chef. So that was really important for us.
Wonderful, great stuff. Because of the 2-year break, can we expect the HCA Forum, I know we've kind of covered it, to make up for lost time, bigger, better, and all that?
I think so. I think, obviously, a number of suppliers would already been booked, and they're going to be still there. There will be new suppliers there. I think what's going to be different this year is that we're sort of the beginning of the year of where lots of exhibitions are going to be on. We didn't have any in 2020. We had very few, if 1 or 2 in 2021. We're coming into March of 2022. There's going to be a lot later on in the year, but this is the first real one, and probably the first one is going to have very few restrictions around it as well. So the suppliers are going to be able to show everything. They're going to be very keen for this to make up for lost time that they've had. As caterers, we like to party, so having 2 days where we can meet people and get back into where we were. The forum is such a great event, and for us not to be able to have that for 2 years, and as I alluded to before, to working in silos and feeling the pressures, I think it's going to be fantastic. And I think suppliers are going to really enjoy speaking with people who now can see the innovation and really want to make a change and happen. And of course, because we've had the review, we haven't been able to to meet together as a group about the review. And so that's, again, that sort of pushes another thing that we can really talk about and really help to change.
Because it is that gap as well, and I guess from a lot of trusts and us, from our experience, there's lots of contracts that haven't been taken to tender and things like that because of COVID. Everything's been paused pretty much for 2 years. So now everyone's looking, kind of thing, from our experience. They're now trying to, we need to look at pretty much everything across the board, because a lot of contracts have come up and just rolled during COVID, and now we're looking at
that's definitely true, because you've got the tenders, the contracts which have run out. Coupled with that, you've got the new technology that's come on board in the last 2 years, and then you add into the mix there the NHS food review and the new standards which are impending as well. So there are things that we're going to be mandated to do, and put all those together. This is a real time where suppliers and us as caterers can really work together to ensure that we get the right outcomes for patients. So I think there's never been a more opportune time for a forum to happen with everything that's in that melting pot. Yeah, absolutely. And do you have special guests, key speakers this year? Yeah, there's a number of key speakers. Obviously, we've got Lord Hunt who will be doing the address. We've got Phil Shelley, who led the NHS food review and will be hopefully able to tell us a little bit more about the new food standards for healthcare, which will be coming out shortly. We've got Drew Povey, who will be there doing a motivational speech, I believe. And then we've got Angela Lippen, who will be there towards the end of the second day. As we alluded to, I'm speaking as well, and I know that Nick Vardis from NHS Supply Chain will be doing a culinary talk about NHS Chef Academy. So there's something there for everybody. There's an awful lot of focus on net zero and on plant-based foods. So there is going to be an opportunity for new and innovative ideas to be there. But also still, we've got the great new ideas coming through with plant-based food and also the need for the carbon footprint. Yeah. But we still got Stuart Roberts is coming from the NFU, and we still have that importance that we still have to be in touch with the farmers, and we need to look at how we can involve the farmers and looking at the procurement problems and how do we close down those barriers and ensure that we can buy more locally, more sustainably, and British produce as well. And that's really important. Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic. We kind of covered that off with asking what the main topics being covered are, but we already know that. When is the HCA Forum and how can we get tickets? Okay, so the HCA Forum is the 30th and 31st are the two main days. However, on the 29th, we have a smaller sort of get to know the suppliers where delegates can book in for sessions. And in 2019 at Celtic Manor, I went to that event without doubt, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it was you chose who you wanted to see, so you only saw people, and the suppliers only saw people who had asked to see them, and you got 10 minutes just sat face to face talking about what you want, and then of course on the show days you're able to go and see the products that you were looking at. So it was really excellent. It was new for 2019, and obviously it's been carried forward. So that's the 29th. Yeah. I think there's an icebreaker on that night, so a few drinks, a quiz, and then the main show obviously on the 30th and 31st, wrapping up after the brunch dinner. Tickets available on HCA website. And also you can find information through the Public Sector magazine and the Hospital Catering Association magazine. I don't know how many places are left for Forum and where we are with hotels, because hotels will be racking up. We're lucky that because it has moved, it's not Grand National Week, because previously it was going to be a Grand National Week, and that would have been very difficult trying to get hotels, but so that works out quite well. And the thing is, there's so much for everybody. We're going to be hopefully launching the NHS Chef 2022, and the winners from 2021 will be there. They'll be doing a cooking demonstration, showing the kind of techniques that were required to win the competition, understanding that sort of that amalgamation of going from hospital catering into competition cooking, which are different, but you need to show the skills of both, and so that's going to be quite interesting. There's everybody's so looking forward to it. It is really going to be a great year this year, and then obviously putting forward for 2023 and just whetting everybody's appetite to what we can expect to see when 2023 forum comes around as well.
No, it's really exciting, and obviously that making up for lost time, meet the buyers as well is something that we loved. I did it last time at Catering Manager, and it was great to just build relationships with people that you might not get to see on a day-to-day basis, and I thought it was brilliant, and we got a lot from it. It's
doing that, and the whole event. It is about meeting new people and old friends. Yeah. It's having those relationships in a relaxed setting. Yeah. So you're feeling that there's not the hard sell. We as caterers, particularly me, I appreciate that. To me, it's very important that you have a relationship with a supplier, and that it's not always about price. It is about relationship and ensuring that every supplier has to make money. If a supplier doesn't make money, there is no relationship. Yeah. So it's about having that relationship, and for bringing suppliers to your trust, which can sometimes be 3, 4, 5 hours. Of course, there's going to be an element of a selling at that point, because you've driven 4 hours to get to the appointment, for half an hour to meet somebody, have a quick walk round. They've got phone calls coming on, and sometimes it doesn't feel like anything's been achieved there, and you're asked to go away and provide more information and this. Whereas at the forum, you get that opportunity to build a relationship and talk about something that is really... And I've seen at the forums, the caterers go and seek out the suppliers. Yes, it's not the other way around. We're not getting cold called for people to come and say, "Oh, can we come and look at you with this?" It's the other way around. So the caterers go and see what they want. And the great thing for suppliers then is that the suppliers get people who want to speak to them. Yeah. You're getting a captive audience of people who are already engaged in what you're trying to provide for us. Yeah, absolutely. And they're on... In sales, they call them like a warm lead, someone that's actually interested in what you've got. Then you can start the conversation from there, kind of thing. It's brilliant. And it's always good to have a beer. Yes, absolutely. I completely agree with that. I'm a big fan of it. On a personal level, what's the best thing from the HCAs for you? I think I've touched on it before. It's that knowing that you're not alone, and that you can pick up the phone to, particularly your local branch, and I'm certain this is happening across the whole country and also in the 4 nations, is that you can just get into a WhatsApp group. We have our own WhatsApp group for the Northwest branch, and you can just ask a question. You can just put a quick question out there. Has anybody seen this? Have you heard of this company? What are you doing for your plant-based protein? Just sharing ideas. So that is so important. Yeah. And as the wider scope, you then get to meet people who are like-minded as you, who are interested in ensuring that patient safety, we're providing for patients. That it's that feeling that you, at the end of the day, that you're not just working in a hotel and a restaurant serving food. You're actually doing something very worthwhile at the end of the day. Yeah. That gives you a good feeling. Yeah. The knowing that at the end of each day, you've done something good. And you have changed and helped change somebody's life. So if you take that as an individual, you grow that as to the HCA. That's the whole of the HCA's ethos. Yeah. We are all about food. We're all about patient care. Food is medicine. It's a very easy and glib statement, but it is so important. You give somebody a plate with 3 pills on, or you give them a plate of warming, comforting food, you know which one's going to make them feel better all around. So it's that whole thing that you're never alone. We're a group of people across the whole country, the 4 nations, who want to make change. Yeah. That's what we want to do. Yeah. And being part of that group makes you feel quite special.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you a bit of pride in what you do,
Yeah.
and being able to, and knowing that you're not alone. Knowing that you're not alone, that if you're having a bad day, you can guarantee there'll be somebody else in Chelmsford who is having exactly the same problems as you are.
Yeah, no, completely. And I've seen the impact going around lots of different trusts throughout the UK. I've seen the impact of kind of, it's almost gone with the old view of the hospital food being what it was, and now what it is the standards amazing, really, in lots of hospitals now. And long may that continue.
It's been great. It's been the last 2 years, I think, how people are really starting to see a difference.
Yeah, brilliant. And finally, which HCA always have a charity, don't they? And which charity are the HCA supporting this year?
So it's Dementia UK.
Okay.
And that was the chosen charity for 2020, and we all were given boxes to take away with us at 19 to put money in. So I'm hoping that people are still got those boxes or able to bring them to 2022. And dementia plays such a massive part in hospitals. We have to make certain that our environments are dementia friendly. We look at foods specifically for dementia. We at East Lancashire, we developed a whole menu just for dementia, just for the dementia ward. Wow. And then that was so successful that now we rolled that out across the whole hospital. So now everybody can choose that specific menu or special menu that was designed specifically for dementia patients. We rolled that out across everywhere. So there's dementia it's there with everybody. Not with everybody, but it touches everybody.
Yes.
So it's really important that if you can give some money and provide and help this charity, and Angela Rippon's going to be there. She's the lead for the charity. So it's just.
Her mum had dementia, didn't she?
I think so. Yeah. So she's going to be talking, ending the whole conference, the forum, and then. Hopefully getting people to put hands in pockets for an incredibly worthwhile charity and something that everybody will support, I'm sure. Yeah,
absolutely. And I would say even if people can't make the forum, they can still donate.
You can donate online. That way. There's a link on the HCA website where you can donate if you wish.
Wonderful. Brilliant. Thank you. With so much going on and some exciting special guests, this year's forum isn't one to be missed. Get yourself down, and we look forward to seeing everyone in March. Plus you get to see the wonderful Mr. Tim Radcliffe. Tim, thank you. Thanks for coming over. We appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This podcast has been brought to you by Refreshment Systems Limited, editing by Isaac Dunyo and Evan Church, produced by Steve May, host Jamie Cochrane, with special thanks to Tim Radcliffe and the Hospital Caterers Association.